just now going to begin, and we're going to start off in a child's posture. So let's have our knees maybe spread apart a little bit, or maybe closer together. Lower the trunk. And right when we settle in, let's start to pay attention to all of the changing sensations of the body. Noticing what happens as you lower the hips, the head, the arms. Even when these things don't seem to be changing, according to our perception, they are changing in ways we can barely even recognize or notice. But if we pay really close attention, we might be attuned to some of those changes. And that paying attention is one of the most important things we can do. So now letting all of your attention be here on the body. And we don't want to deny any other parts of ourselves. So we're going to also look and see about the way you're feeling, paying attention. How are you feeling emotionally? We'll also be paying attention to how those feelings are changing. Our feelings, our emotions changing just through our practice alone in this short 30-minute window. And the thoughts, noticing the thoughts. Entering and exiting. So in this period, to stay present, we simply watch the thoughts. If they come in, we acknowledge them, but we don't entertain them necessarily. Just be aware. And in that way, we'll be present here in the body and the mind as we move through the practice. Now let's shift into victorious breath. Breathe in through the nose. Fog out through the mouth. Fog in through the mouth. Close the mouth. Exhale through the nostrils. Watch the body, watch the trunk, contracting as you release, and then expanding as you draw more breath in. 2 more deep breaths. And let's rise up now to a table posture. Come into hands and knees. We're going to be shifting the hips from side to side. So take the hips over to the left, so that more weight is on the left knee, and then over to the right. And continuing this motion, swaying hips from one side to the other. We can keep the head still for now, just in a neutral position. And then we're going to start to incorporate the head here. So the next time you have the hips to the left, turn the head also to the left, all the way, and then come back to center. Hips to the right, and the head all the way to the right, and back to center. And a few more of these. The next couple that you take as you're taking hips to the left, that waist, for example, left waist is going to contract. So experience that and then come to center and work on that on the right side. And then let's come to center and start to move through cat-cow. So in the next inhalation, relax the belly, head and tailbone lift. On the exhalation, contract the belly, head and tailbone shift down. Continuing a few of these. So just a good way to loosen up in the low back, in the pelvis. And then we'll come to neutral spine, and on the next inhalation, lift the right arm up towards the sky. Take some circles with the wrist. On the exhale, right hand comes down. Inhale, left arm up. Some circles. Exhale, left hand down. Once you have the wrists under the shoulders, the knees under the hips, inhale, pick up the right leg, sending it behind, press through the heel. And actually, let's take some circles with the ankle. Make sure you go both ways. And then we're going to let this foot be still and push into the heel so the toes shift down. Now let's sink into the shoulder girdle for a moment. So just kind of relaxing right in the neck in between the shoulders. And then press into the hands and find that length, the neck moving away from the shoulders. Begin to shift weight into the right hand. And if it feels right, take that left arm forward. 5 deep breaths here. Pull the low belly up into the spine. We need that to be supported. If the hand is a little too much, and just focus on the leg. And then we'll exhale, lower the hand and the knee. Inhale, pick up the left leg. Start to move through the ankle. Having gone through both ways, we'll start to flex that foot, sending the heel back. Bring weight over to the left hand, fingers spread wide. Pull the belly up, and then inhale, lift that right arm forward slightly, taking the gaze forward, maybe past the mat or a little bit further forward. 3 more breaths. And we'll exhale, release the hand, release the knee. Now let's stretch the wrist for a moment, the forearms. Take the hands and face them back, palms down, fingers face back. So from here, if you need a little bit more, you can send the weight back, taking hips back towards the knees. Another deep breath. The hands back down to neutral position, and then we'll just take the top of the right hand to the mat, fingers face back. Take about 2 deep breaths here, stretching the top of the forearm. And then the other side, hand comes down, left top of the hand to the mat. We're going to pick up the energy a little bit now. So 1 more exhalation, and then bring the hand down. So let's come into downward facing dog. Roll over the toes. Lift the knees, lift the hips. Now we're going to shift a little bit back and forth from downward facing dog to plank. So start to look forward and then lift the heels, lift the ball of the foot, both feet, and then come to the tippy toes. So now we have the chest closer towards the hands, and then begin to send the hips back, come to the ball of each foot, and then maybe press the heels down if that works. You can even bend the knees and maybe get the heels down. Now we'll go ahead and lift the feet again, come to the tippy toes into plank, and then exhale, start to come back. So if you keep legs straight, just work heels down as close to the mat as you can, and then continue this a few more times. Let's say 5 more times, shifting from plank to downward facing dog and back again. Let the head move with this. And strengthening for the back and the arms. After that 5th one, we'll reach the right leg up towards the sky. And then bend the knee, let the foot just hang. Inhale, pick up the leg, straightening it. Exhale, bring the right foot between the hands. Let's get off of the hands now. So we're going to start to rise up. Let's come into warrior A. So we'll pivot the left heel down and then lift the trunk. Maybe roll the shoulders a few times. Actually, this will be a good spot because it's the middle of the day to take hands to, let's see, we can take hands to shoulders and do that from standing. So right knee lunging, left heel planted, 4 fingers are to the shoulders, as close to them as you can get. See where you can take hands comfortably, and then begin to circle the elbows in big circles. See if you can get the elbows to touch, and make sure you go as far out as you can. Say one more big circle. Then we'll rotate the other way. Staying grounded in the feet, even though the upper body's moving. And then we'll go ahead and release the arms, straightening them, inhaling, reaching the arms upwards, bringing the chin in slightly, pulling the pelvis in. So you might need blocks for where we're going next. So if you have them, make sure they're towards the front of the mat. And then when you're ready, books also can work for this. We'll start to lower the hands down around the right foot and walk the hands forward to come to standing splits. This is something that I always find beneficial to take in the middle of the day. So seeing about straightening the right leg and then lifting the left leg as high as you can, but keeping the leg straight, having the hands maybe on blocks if that's better. Right leg can bend, but you'll get some pressure off of it if you can straighten it. And then we'll go ahead and see if we can just lower in. We're actually going to take this to a half moon today, and maybe even a revolved half moon. So let's see where we can go. Take another breath or so. So if you have hands to block, you'll keep the right hand on the block. The hand, though, might need to go a little further towards the front corner of the right mat. And then we'll start to pick up the left arm. First, let this left leg come to create a 90-degree angle with the legs. So left leg directly back. Then begin to pick up the left arm as you look down at the mat. Spread the left toes. Let that left leg feel a little lighter, so it's able to support itself to some degree. Right fingertips down, maybe the palm if that works. If you feel balanced, if you want to check it out, look towards the left corner of the mat. If you're still balanced, look just a few inches further to the left. And still balanced, and look further to the left as far as you can. And draw the left shoulder blade into the back. Spread the left fingers. Now we're going to try a revolving half moon. It's a little bit more challenging. Bring the left hand down. You have to drop the left hip to accomplish this. So left hip goes all the way down, keeping the left leg risen, and then begin to pick up the right arm. Spread the left toes. You could keep looking down at the mat or look off to the right if you feel comfortable or comfortable enough, stable enough. And just take 2 more deep breaths. Exhale, bring the hand down, bend into the right knee, step the left foot back, bring that right foot over to the right side of the mat and the hands to the inside of the foot. And then what we're going to do is let the left knee come down and relax into this for 5 deep breaths. So maybe bend the elbows, maybe forearms confine the mat. It took me years and years before I could get that low. So patience with all of the changes that occur in our bodies. Some we want, some we don't want, some we like, some we dislike. And just seeing if we can be even-minded through all of those changes. One more deep breath. Okay, plant the palms, straighten the arms. Bring the left knee up a little bit so it's under the hip, and then take the right foot and extend it behind as we had before. Now from here, if you'd like, you can bend this right knee. Actually bend it, let's bend it. But we have an option from here. So if you can hold the right foot with the left hand, then go ahead and find it and then kick the foot into the hand and open up the left front shoulder. Now, if that's difficult, you're going to pulse this leg up a few times, which really is, both of them are super beneficial for their own reasons. But we really want to activate the right glute, maybe incorporate the chest and the shoulder if possible. And then we'll go ahead and release this. Left hand comes down, straighten the right leg behind, and then exhale, right knee to right hand, left leg slides back. We'll sway a little bit. We'll find a pigeon from here. So when you're ready, release. And then we'll be here for a minute. So a good 10 breaths, watching changing sensations of the physical body. Through our practice, we might notice all the limitations that we're dealing with in the body. And the body itself, not limitless like our awareness is. There are clear boundaries, clear limits to some degree. That's our minute. So we're going to start to rise, and we have the other side to go through. So let's come out of this, maybe take that right leg behind, maybe circle it around a bit, and then we're going to work with the left side. So come back into a downward facing dog. Next inhalation, lift the left leg up. On the exhale, bend the knee and just let that left foot drop. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, plant the left foot between the hands. Right heel presses down. Rise in the trunk. We're going to take circles again with the arms, but you have some options here. So if you'd like, you can stick with the shoulders moving in this way, or if you want, you can take big circles with the arms. So just feel out and see what feels better, maybe a little bit of both. If you're taking those big circles with the arms, see if you can keep the tops of the hands facing each other. I'm going to circle the other way if you haven't already started. Okay, and then we'll take the arms and reach them up, pull the pelvis in, draw the chin in slightly, send the crown of the head upwards, sink into the left knee. Stand in the strength of the body for 2 more deep breaths. And then we'll be exhaling, hands down around the left foot. Again, walking those hands forward, lifting the right leg, standing splits, left leg lifts, or left leg straightens, possibly. Spread the right toes. See how high up that leg can go without bending it, that right leg. We're going to be coming to a half moon, so take another deep breath. And then we'll just let this right leg lower a little bit if needed. Create a 90-degree angle with the legs. Left hand stable, fingertips down towards the front left corner of the mat. Then when you're ready, pick up the right arm, looking down at the mat first for balance. Spread the right toes. Maybe start to turn the head a little to look towards the right front corner of the mat. Maybe a little further still. And then see how far you can take the head to the right. And lengthen the neck. And we'll exhale the right hand down. We're going to drop the right hip and then pick up the left arm. We're not here too long. It's a challenging one. Spread the right toes. Exhale, left hand down. Step the right foot back. Come down to the right knee. Bring hands to the inside of the left foot. Heel toe left foot to the left. Take that right knee far back and then begin to sink in. 5 deep breaths. We're going to start to rise. So plant the hands, straighten the arms. Bring that right knee up a bit so it's under the hip. Take the left leg behind. From here, we're bending the left knee and then stable with the left hand. See if we can take the right hand behind and hold the left foot and then press that foot into the hand. And if you're there, you're going to really draw the right shoulder blade in towards the back. If you're not, you're pulsing, creating strength in the back and in the glute. And exhale, right hand down, straighten the left leg, bring the left knee to the left hand, right leg slides back. Oh, we're back in our pigeon, and we'll start to lower, and we'll be here for 1 minute. Deep breaths. One more breath. And we'll rise. Maybe that left leg moves a little bit behind. And then we're going to come to seated. So cross the ankles, find a seat. Take hands to thighs, bring them in a little closer towards the top of the thighs. Roll the shoulders around. Maybe move the head a little bit side to side. And so right from here, let's stretch the neck. Take shoulders back and down. Bring the chin in towards the neck. A little chin tuck. Hold for a breath. And then relax the chin. Lift one ear towards the sky. Couple deep breaths. Dropping the shoulder that the ear is moving away from. Bring the head to center. Lift the other ear towards the sky. Drop that shoulder. The head to center. Drop the head down and begin to take little half circles. Just rolling the head from side to side. And we'll pick up the head, take a little twist to the right, one deep breath. Twist to the left. Now before we rest, we're going to sit up tall, take the legs out in front, and just fold into the legs so you can keep the feet flexed. You maybe bend the knees. You can round the back if you'd like. Let yourself let go here. Take a clearing breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Fully letting go. One more breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. And we're going to rest now. So when you're ready, come up and then all the way down to the back. If you feel like you've got to do something else with the body, feel free. Maybe a gentle back bend, arms reaching behind, belly button lifting up. And then we'll let everything go. Maybe move the head side to side here. I think the upper back and the chest might want a little bit more work. So maybe when you're done today, you can take a moment to do something that feels good for that region. And then we'll just let the feet turn away from each other, flip the palms upwards. It is a gift to be present, to control the mind, to pay attention to what we want it to pay attention to. So let's rest in that gift. Relaxing completely. Now, before we change anything in the body, let's take the attention. We've been focusing on the limits of the physical body. Let's focus on boundlessness. So take your awareness, take your attention, and find that attention going as far away as you possibly can in time and space. Maybe a whole nother era, maybe somewhere off in this universe or off into some other universe. Expanding far, far beyond this physical body. Let yourself, your mind, your body soak up that boundlessness. Off in some other time, some other space. And then on one big inhalation, bring that awareness right back in to this body, to this mind. Let go through the exhalation and begin to move the hands and the feet again. Stretching the arms back, really finding extension in the elbows, bringing the knees into the chest. Nice little squeeze, a little rocking side to side. You can move the head in the same or the opposite direction of the knees. Maybe you take a little bit of a spinal twist. Just whatever feels good. And then eventually making your way up to seated to seal this practice. And once you've come up to seated, you can bring palms together, noting all the changes we've gone through in this short period of time, as many as we can notice. And we'll seal our practice with the sound of Om. Breathing in. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I honor the light in you that is the same light in me. Namaste.